Welcome back to Risk to Reward. Over the past year, one relatively unknown technology company has suddenly become one of the most talked about names in artificial intelligence infrastructure. Its stock has surged, major tech companies are signing multi-billion-dollar contracts with it, and even NVIDIA has invested billions of dollars into that business. That company is Nebius. But the real question investors are asking is simple. Is Nebius the next major AI infrastructure company, or is the hype getting ahead of reality? Let's break it down. Nebius Group is an artificial intelligence infrastructure company focused on building high-performance cloud platforms specifically designed for AI workloads. In simple terms, the company builds massive GPU-powered data centers that allow technology companies to train and run artificial intelligence models. These data centers provide the computing power needed for tasks like training large language models, running generative AI systems, and powering advanced machine learning applications. Nebius operates in what some analysts call the AI neo cloud sector, companies that specialize in high performance computing infrastructure rather than traditional cloud services. The company itself emerged after the restructuring of the international assets from Yandex and is now headquartered in Amsterdam and listed on the Nasdaq Stock Exchange under the ticker NBIS. But what really put Nebius on the radar for investors were its massive commercial contracts. In September 2025, Nebius signed a major agreement with Microsoft to supply dedicated AI computing capacity from a data center in New Jersey. Reports suggest that the deal could be worth up to $17.4 billion, potentially expanding to nearly $19 billion, depending on the computer capacity Microsoft ultimately uses. Shortly after that, Nebius secured another major customer. In November 2025, the company signed a 5-year agreement worth around $3 billion with Meta to provide AI infrastructure services. These deals just highlight the intense demand among technology companies for specialized computing power to build artificial intelligence systems, and Nebius has another powerful partner. In March 2026, NVIDIA announced a strategic partnership with Nebius and invested $2 billion into the company to help expand global AI cloud infrastructure. The goal of the partnership is extremely ambitious. Nebius plans to deploy more than 5 gigawatts of NVIDIA-powered computing infrastructure by the end of the decade, supporting massive AI training clusters across multiple data centers. To put that into perspective, multi-gigawatt data center capacity represents some of the largest computing infrastructure ever built for artificial intelligence. Financially, Nebius is still in the early stages of scaling. The company has reported $117 million in revenue for 2024, representing growth of more than 400% year over year as demand for AI computing infrastructure has increased. By 2025, revenue expanded significantly, reaching around $530 million, reflecting the explosive demand for AI data center capacity. However, as you would know, rapid growth also comes with heavy costs. Nebius is currently investing heavily in GPUs, data center constructions, and energy infrastructure, which means the company is still reporting losses while it builds out its global computing network. So what's the positives for investors? First, Nebius operates in one of the largest growing sectors of the technology industry, artificial intelligence infrastructure. Training modern AI models require enormous computing resources, and companies that build this infrastructure may become critical suppliers to the entire ecosystem. Second, the company has secured major contracts with some of the largest technology companies in the world. Multi-billion-dollar agreements at Microsoft and Meta provide strong visibility into future demand. And third, the strategic partnership with NVIDIA gives Nebius access to some of the most advanced AI hardware available. But again, there are some significant risks that investors should consider. As you would know, building AI infrastructure is extremely capital intensive. Data centers require massive investments in GPUs, cooling systems, land, and also energy supply. Nebius is also competing with some of the largest companies in the world, including Microsoft, Amazon, Google, which, as you know, operate their own enormous cloud platforms. Another challenge is execution. The company must build large-scale data centers infrastructures quickly while managing supply chains, power availability, and rising hardware costs. And because the business is still in a heavy investment phase, profitability may take time. So the overall picture is quite complex. However, Nebius is positioning itself at the center of the artificial intelligence infrastructure boom. The company has secured huge contracts, strong partnerships, and is building massive computing capacity for the next generation AI. But it's also a high growth, high risk company that must execute successfully to justify the excitement around the stock. For investors, Nebius represents a classic high potential technology story, one that could become a major player in the AI economy if its actual strategy succeeds.